Hey, what's happening, everyone? SirJames coming at you guys with another video. In today's video, of course, I'm here to give you guys another haul video, and this one's a pretty good size overall. It's not too much in the video game department, but again, some really nice things here. The first part, of course, is to show you guys the brand new camera lens that I got, which is actually currently in use, so you may notice a big difference already. The other one, of course, is to share with you guys, yeah, I failed that one right there, is of course to share with you guys a video game haul, followed by Gunpla. If you guys don't know what Gunpla is, it's basically Gundam model kits. I kept calling them Gundam model kits on my birthday haul, but the proper term is Gunpla, so, I mean, it's a lot easier and quicker to say, so I'm glad to use that term. So anyways, first off, let's go ahead and start with the camera lens. Now, the camera lens that I've been telling you guys about for months now, of something that I've been really wanting to get, especially for this year, as one of my goals, is this one here. Now, this is the Canon 10 to 18 millimeter lens, and this makes a huge difference. Again, right now my setup is a bit different, and of course the fact that I'm basically in the full frame here, and you can see basically everything that's around me, is that big of a difference. Best of all, to acquire this shot, I don't even have the camera far back, because again, here is my kit lens, which is a 18 to 55. So if I wanted to achieve this shot right here, I would have to have my camera basically at the end of my room. Here, this is literally an arm length away. I'm touching the camera right now. That's how close this camera is. It's basically to the point like if you're about to take a selfie type situation. And of course, a normal filming situation when I'm using the kit lens is basically looking like this. And of course, depending on exactly where I'm at on the desk, which is normally where the video games are on this side. See, look, I'm pointing over here, but you guys can't see that. So now when I go down to 10, boom, I'm pointing over here. You guys can see exactly what I'm pointing at. There's nothing cut out. And of course, there is the Kratos statue that I unboxed at the beginning of the year. So this, I love this lens. So as far as this lens go, it served its purpose, but I'm probably just going to sell it, you know, make a few bucks off it, because I know the 18 to 55, normally the kit lenses don't really sell for a lot anyways, so it should make someone else happy, and of course I'll earn a little bit of money. But again, I am glad to finally get this camera lens. It's been one that I dreamed about having, and I'm finally glad to have acquired it. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about video games. Obviously, there's a lot of games going on. Not too much is happening, of course, at the moment. There's a release that I'm looking forward to next week, which is the Sword Art Online. They have a new game coming out. I can't remember the full title, so hopefully I get that in for review. If not, I'm just going to pick it up. But before I show you guys what I picked up, if you guys were planning on getting the Devil May Cry HD on PC, Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime has a pretty good deal. The reason why I say or is because if you have Amazon Prime, you basically get Twitch Prime as part of that package deal anyways. But they have this deal going on. If you already have that membership, they're actually offering Devil May Cry HD free starting on, I think it was February 27th, so before it even comes out. Pretty good deal. So again, if you guys were thinking of getting that game on PC and you're already a Prime member, again, you could save 30 bucks because you're going to get it for free. So again, that's a very good deal. So in this case, I'm getting it free regardless. Next up, let's go ahead and get to the actual haul itself. Starting off with the digital ones. Obviously, digital hauls aren't as exciting because, you know, it's not something I get to hold up to the camera, share with you guys. But again, I couldn't pass up these deals because, again, they're very good. The first one here is one that I've been wanting to get, but for the most part, it's been lacking in sales. It's either been going for $40 as far as the sales go. But this is the Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4 Goddess Online. And basically, this was only 20 bucks during the PlayStation Flash sale, so of course I had to pick it up. And the other one is a double pack. This was $16, and this is the Darksiders Furies Collection War and Death. Again, that is part of the PlayStation Flash sale, and that one basically consists of Darksiders 1 and 2. Nice package deal for under 20 bucks. Definitely recommend it. And I have played Darksiders back in the day, so of course I was looking forward to having them on current gen. And of course we have a couple physical items here. I basically got these at a pawn shop for pretty much $3 each. The first one here is the 10th anniversary of Medal of Honor. So there it is. This is a nice package deal which has a lot of stuff, and this is full complete with the CD keys. And I know what you guys are going to think. Well, obviously it has CD keys, so meaning if I try to use them, it won't work. That's the nice thing about these older games, is the fact that you could actually use the CD keys multiple times. Unlike nowadays, where if it comes with the CD key, it's basically a one-time use, or it's linked to some type of account like Blizzard account or Origin or whatever. But basically, this consists of the Medal of Honor Allied Assault, the Spearhead expansion, the Breakthrough expansion, the Pacific Assault Director's Edition, and of course, you also have Medal of Honor Airborne, a bonus feature of the first decades of Medal of Honor, and of course the 10th anniversary soundtrack. I love it when bundles include soundtracks because I always listen to video game soundtracks. That's like the main music I listen to. Which, by the way, before I kind of forget, there was like a new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3, and we got to hear the new intro song. Very good. I'm still waiting for it though. But yeah, like I said, I love the Medal of Honor games. I guess to kind of enlighten you, basically how I got into certain games, to kind of spread some history in my family, is that my grandpa, who unfortunately is no longer with us, he passed away a few years back, he loved games. He wasn't like a big gamer, but there was 3 specific games that he would always play. Anything that he was able to play where he's able to use his mouse as the basic functions. As long as he's able to use the mouse for most of the functions, like, you know, moving your character around, because he doesn't like using the arrow key. So as long as he's able to, again, just move the mouse around to move the character and have basic functions on the keyboard, such as like opening a door. I mean, Doom was his #1 favorite game, followed by a really awesome Western game, which I would recommend you guys check out. It's called Outlaws. I think you could find it for like less than $10. If I find it, I'll put a link in the description down below. Solid Western game. And the other one was Hexen. Then, of course, you also had my uncle, who was a big fan of Medal of Honor, and he would basically have the Medal of Honor games on the PlayStation 1. Then, of course, I had another cousin who was big into military shooter games, and he was the one that got me into the SOCOM series back on PlayStation 2, again, where you have your headset, talking with your fire team, like Fire Team Bravo, Move to Zulu, and all these other cool little things. And, of course, he has also played some of the old school fighting games, too. And then, of course, I have another pair of cousins. I mean, obviously, everyone has a lot of cousins, but again, another group of cousins of mine were big into Nintendo, so they got me into the Nintendo area. So again, everyone in the family had a big part in terms of what I got into and how I am today. So I definitely owe my gratitude and thanks to them. And of course, a cousin that's currently living with us right now, she is really big into Resident Evil games. And basically, when I was little, obviously, I didn't have a huge understanding of video games quite yet, and she would force me to play the Resident Evil game. But it's to the point where I was pretty much a wimp back in the day when I was a little kid. So when she forced me to play them and like the zombies would grab me, I would literally start crying. So again, I love the games today. Anyways, the other one, I almost got teary, just like memory down lane right there. But the other one, of course, again, about $3. This is the Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth 2. This is another awesome game. I enjoyed the first one. The only thing I never got, though, was the expansion. So this is something I have played. I just didn't quite own it yet. But again, this is a really good one. I don't think the online is supported, or I know the community, if there's a game that gets taken offline, I know the community will come together to bring the online back in some way, shape, or form, even if it's through third-party terms. But again, a really fun game. I was hoping that they'll make a third one, but they never quite did. So disappointed. And I know the community went together and they did like an HD remastered of the first one, which I'm going to have to check out. So that's pretty much it as far as the video game deals go. So let's go ahead and get to the Gunpla model kits, or in this case, Gundam model kits. So for those of you who don't know the term yet, the first one, which I built just last week, is this one right here. This is a master grade. This is, what is the name of it here? I don't know these by heart. So this is the RX0 Unicorn Gundam 03 Phoenix. So let me go ahead and... Obviously, it has that nice design on the box here. And if you're trying to think, that's a shiny Gundam, so it must have a gold finish. That's because you are right. This thing does have a gold finish. Look at that. That is shiny. Now, if you do end up getting this kit, I recommend getting a gold Gundam marker because obviously the nubs that up here, no matter what you're going to do because of this particular finish, you can't hide the nub marks. But the gold Gundam marker definitely helps out a lot for sure. But there's a couple of ways you could display them. I'm keeping them like this, but another one is that they have all these different vents that open up and will expose all these blue portions of them, which I believe it was called Destroy Mode on the box. Let me see here. Yeah, it was called Destroy Mode, where all the blue is exposed, like in the box art. Another big master grade here. This is the 00 Riser. So you guys go for that one. This is another fun one. I got this one over at GameStop, actually. And what's neat about this kit is that he has this giant backpack, which basically what's neat about is that it could actually transform into its own little jet. So you're kind of getting like a 2-for-1 here. And of course, this model kit could also use LEDs. It comes with one that you basically put into the chest cavity and the eyes will light up, which is very, very nice. And of course, you also have, or it doesn't come with 2 more, but you can get 2 more to have the condensers on his shoulders also light up too. But again, this kit was also a lot of fun. The one that I just finished building today, which I'm currently applying the dry sheet stickers, is this one here. This is the Gundam Appion. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let's see. There you guys go. So the thing with this one, I also got this one at GameStop, but apparently I had an old gift card that still had money on it, to the point where I only paid like 75 cents for this kit, so I am not complaining. This kit overall was actually a lot of fun to put together. In general, it just overall he has like a nice appearance. So there's a couple of things I'm going to change on it. But again, I'm currently putting like on the decals, which it does come with a sheet of water decals, but it also has a sheet of, it's called dry transfers, which those are a lot easier to put on because water, the water decals, I suck at putting those on. I always screw those up. But the dry sheets, awesome. I think more kits should come with the dry sheets than water decals, but that's just my opinion. Next up is something a little bit different. It's kind of in between the master grades and of course the high grades. This is a 1/100 full mechanics, and this is the Gundam Bell. So there he is. Now this kit was actually really good in a few different ways. For one, it was a lot different in terms of the build process, because for him, basically it has you build the entire skeleton of the Gundam, and then afterwards, once the skeleton is built out, you start stacking on the armor pieces. And what's also neat about this guy is that he has pretty much mostly a white design with a little bit of blue here and there. Of course, it does offer a lot of panel lining options, and of course it also offers a pretty good surface space for any type of weathering detail, which I'm definitely going to enjoy doing for this one. Next up here is one of my current favorites, actually. This is the Burning Gundam. This is from the Gundam Build Fighters, which is an anime I was recently watching. I'm currently just finished episode 18, which was just fantastic, by the way. So here it is. And I really like the concept for the show too, where you basically have this arena and you put your Gunpla on there, and then basically everything gets transferred into like a digital battlefield, and of course the owners of the Gunpla basically have like their own control scheme. It's almost like BattleBots, but a futuristic version with, you know, Gunpla model kits. But again, it's definitely worth checking out. Then I got another version of him. There's actually like 3 different variants. This is the Burning Gundam. Basically, what makes this one different compared to the last one that I've shown you guys is that he has a slight difference in appearance, but he also comes with a ton of extra accessories, which basically, as it's in its name, the Burning Gundam, you have a lot of these fiery effects. So again, that is very, very sick. And what's nice about it too is that these model kits have really good posability. I'm thinking of doing a video kind of like Gundam models, you know, for starters, you know, Gunpla starter model kit, something like that one. But hopefully maybe you guys will enjoy that. Again, I don't know when that'll be, probably in the next couple of weeks. Next up here is the Star Build Strike Gundam. This is the Plasky Wing. I think that's how you say it. So overall, a nice design. And of course, this guy also has some effect parts where he basically has his blue flame style wings appearing. Then we have another one. This is the Destiny Gundam. Again, he's also got a nice wingspan as well. And we have 3 more left. Next up we have the, and of course all those 2, by the way, were high grades except for the Gundam Bell. Gundam Bell was the 1/100, but all the small ones after that were just strictly high grades. Next up, of course, we have the high grade Gundam Barbados. Overall, not too bad of a kit. He does require a stand because he's a little bit finicky, at least my version of him was. So I got him all painted, and now he looks a lot cooler, which, again, I'll eventually do videos of how they look after I've worked on them. Next up, of course, we also have another high grade. This is the RX Unicorn Gundam 02 Banshee Norm and Destroy Mode. And of course, last but not least, is apparently this is actually not a Gundam, or not a Gunpla. This is actually apparently from an anime called Action Raid, so I did not know this when I picked it up, but I only picked it up because he looked really cool. So this is the guy here. I'm trying to figure out his name. I think his name is Elif, E-L-F-E, I think that's how it is. I know that this box art is a little bit weird. I mean, again, it looks like your standard Gunpla models, but again, this is not a Gunpla. It's from an anime Action Raid, which apparently, based on what I've heard as far as the community, is that a lot of people said that the anime itself was boring, but the mech styles were cool, which basically they're humans in a mech suit, so kind of like an Iron Man status. But anyways, that's it for this haul video. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.